to go. We've got the men's game today on News Channel Nebraska between Northeast and South Suburban. Caitlin Deppen and Luke Stara joining you today on this lovely Sunday morning. It's a little bit warmer now. Hey, those lights up top are officially off, so now we are all sunshine, keeping us bright on the field for this one. That first game, 6-2 win for the women of Northeast over the South Suburban women. And now looking forward to this one between the 6th-ranked Northeast Hawks, a team that was in the Final Four of Nationals last year. They made it all the way down to Tucson, had a chance to defeat their old rival Iowa Lakes, who they beat multiple times, actually beat them every single time they faced throughout the season, except in the semifinal game they lost 2-1. Iowa Lakes went on to win the whole national championship. So that's how good this Northeast Hawks team is, and they return most of their production.
Yeah, and it's not just that, man. They're ranked top 3 in the country, number 3 in the NGC AA Division II men's soccer poll. Again, number 3 in the country. Iowa Lakes in their region, also number 1 in the country. It'll be interesting to see what Hawks we get today.
We're excited for this matchup. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more on NCN next.
Home health care is a variety of services that are offered.
Diabetes is a health condition often treated by a primary care physician, but some special care could be needed from an endocrinologist. Let's meet one with Faith Regional. I'm joined now by Dr. Caitlin Brow, an endocrinologist with Faith Regional Physician Services. Our topic right now is diabetes, and that's a common term that people know, but they might not know exactly what it is. What is diabetes and what are the symptoms?
So diabetes is essentially high blood sugar, but it's high blood sugar either from a lack of insulin that's made by a gland in the body called the pancreas, or the inability of that insulin to work at other glands and organs in the body, or insulin resistance.
Now this can happen at different points in life, and that can be a different type of diabetes. What are the main different types?
Type 1 diabetes is where the pancreas doesn't make enough insulin or doesn't make any insulin at all. And so treatment of type 1 diabetes is actually insulin. And actually that can happen anytime during our lifetime. It's kind of a misnomer. We think about type 1 diabetes being more of a juvenile diagnosis, but it can happen at any time in life. So type 2 diabetes is when the body makes insulin, but that insulin has trouble working at other glands and target organs, so that's called insulin resistance. And so we actually are more apt to develop that when we are overweight. It can go along with high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It can run in families more so. A third type of diabetes that we don't often think about is gestational diabetes, and this is higher blood sugar during pregnancy. Interestingly, having gestational diabetes can put you at risk for development of type 2 diabetes in the future.
What symptoms should someone be looking out for and possibly get looked at?
Some common symptoms of higher blood sugar include increased thirst or increased urination. Sometimes you can have blurry vision or poor wound healing. Those are all symptoms of potentially having some higher blood sugar.
Well, Dr. Brow, thanks so much for sharing your knowledge.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCo.com.
Back in Norfolk, ready for our matchup here today on News Channel Nebraska. Nice little breeze coming in here through the booth, and we like that today because we have seen lots of heat advisories forecasted for our area, so we're kind of watching out for that. It's Caitlin Deppen and Luke Stara joining you today as the wind is making our flag blow. Getting ready for the second game of the season for the Northeast Hawks. They're 1-0, was able to get a win against a top 10 team their last time out. And they are ready to play again here today against South Suburban.
Yeah, I mean, what a way to start off the season for the Hawks. I mean, taking down a number 6 team in the country in Prairie State College. I mean, what a great way to start off the season, and that's kind of the coaching staff and the players both really making it known that they want to try and travel anywhere to show that they can beat anyone in the country, because this is a talented team. Like you said last year, going 22-2 in the season, falling in the semifinals to Iowa Lakes Community College, the number 1 team in the country this season. And so it's just going to be so much fun to see what Hawks we get heading out here today, because this is one of the most electric teams, not just in Nebraska, but also in the entire country in Division II NGCAA.
Pretty fun to see these guys compete today. I know that both teams are looking forward to the matchup, just to see how competitive that both of these teams can be.
Yeah, and I mean, both teams, separate from last game, both teams have gotten a game under their belt. Like we said, Prairie State College, a 3-1 win for the Hawks. North Iowa Area Community College for South Suburban. They lost that game 2-1 with 3 red cards in that game. So down 1 man and then 2 red cards awarded to the team. So we'll see how they do fully staffed here and see what happens if when they don't have one of their normal players in the lineup. It'll be interesting to see how they rebound from a 2-1 loss.
Right. Well, you will have to check it out today, but I know that both teams are ready to put it all out there today. It'll be fun to see Matthias Christofferson in goal today. He's the goalkeeper from Denmark, and he's got a big frame, someone to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, always helpful when you're a bit taller than the other team, you know. But, again, this Northeast team, as you said, a lot of experience, very experienced roster from the likes of Matthias Christofferson from last season, Eduardo Nice from last year as well, and still adding pieces to the puzzle from heading into this season. So it'll just be interesting to see how the team meshes as the season goes on and see if they still want to have those title aspirations, what ends up happening here today.
And Adam Potter, the head coach of this Hawks team, he's one of the best coaches in Region 11, one of the best coaches, honestly, in all of JUCO across the country. I mean, he's a guy that can be coaching at the next level pretty much whenever he wants.
Yeah, and I mean, it helps when you've got a veteran coach like that willing to stick with the program. And seeing some of these players stick with the program for their first 2 years, especially someone like Matthias Christofferson in net. Great keeper, very athletic. Saw him last year when they took on Central Community College in a Highway 81 rivalry. Very trusted keeper in the back. Always helpful when you don't have to worry about your players. You let them cook on their teams, you know. You got to let them have their own creativity, have their own flow. And based on last year's results for the Northeast Community College Hawks, they're going to keep doing that this year.
Let them cook. I like it. We'll see who's cooking early today, and we're not talking about the heat. We're talking about on the field, on the pitch, if you will. Northeast and South Suburban. Energy is flowing, and we are about ready. 11 men on each side. Let's get going. So South Suburban will start with the ball.
Anticipate high pressure here from both teams in the first minute.
That's exactly what we're seeing early. Launching this one deep. Northeast will take it right back for the first time today.
Yeah, and on the ball right now, after passing it, Eduardo Nice, such a creative player for the Hawks going into this game. I mean, we saw it last year, and you can only imagine that he's developed even further into this season. 1 game under his belt, and he's already got 2 assists for the Hawks. He is the creative piece, the maestro, if you will.
Oh, he's so quick. He's incredibly fast. His friends call him Edu. He is from Belgium originally and played some nice summer ball with the club team and is actually playing Division I. Once he is finished here, he'll be playing in Illinois. Not for the University of Illinois, but he'll be playing for a D1 program out there in Chicago. The opportunity. And this goes away. It's a goal kick for the Bulldogs.
A good start here for the Hawks. I'll be interested to see how the Bulldogs end up, trying to deal with the top team like the Hawks. We saw it last game between the men's and the women's teams of these respective great teams. Went the Bulldogs' way in that women's game. We'll see how it goes in the men's.
Booted away by Alexander Lopez and into the stands. Benjamin Gonzalez will throw it in. Here's Hector Gonzalez. Hector Gonzalez, number 10 on South Suburban, is the leading scorer from a year ago for South Suburban. Scored 13 of the team's 22 goals on the season.
Very good. That's what you like to see from the Bulldogs. Hoping to get some goals here in this game. We had 8 last game.
We did 8 total, 6 of them on the Hawks side. This is Billy Bradley.
I think it's so interesting how teams build. Because for South Suburban, I was talking with Coach Gonzalez, again, the men's and women's coach for the Bulldogs. But I was talking with them just before the game.
Here's a look. Oh, just off the right side. Billy Bradley with the opportunity.
I was talking with Coach Gonzalez before the game, and he said his team, 75% of them are within 8 miles, an 8-mile radius of the school.
Wow.
In Illinois, in a suburb of Chicago. Meanwhile, you look at Northeast, 3 players from the United States, all 3 from Nebraska. Every other player on the team is not from the United States.
Wow.
You got England, Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Brazil. Even got some in the United States as well. Florida. Japan. I mean, it's always great to see. And again, it's just one of those few sports that you don't see it often. Obviously, college football, playing games in Ireland of recent, building a fan base across the pond, but soccer is just one of those sports that you don't see it in other sports. The amount of players, it is the world's most popular sport. And so you just see, no matter where they're from, they want to get their chance to play some high level soccer.
Yeah, a lot of these guys will go anywhere to get that opportunity. See where they can go. Northeast with an early chance, and that is wide off the foot of Luca Rosen, who scored twice in the season opener, where they got that 3-1 win over a really good squad there in Prairie State College, number 6. (22-2) a season ago for Northeast. What I think is amazing about last year's team for Northeast is you look at 22-2. In reality, that team was 23-1. The first win they received was against Metro. The first loss they received was against Metro. And they actually won that game 6-2, but due to a violation on the team, they had to forfeit the game. So it gave them a 1-0 loss, although up until that point, they would not lose again until the semifinal against Iowa Lakes. Adu Nice goes down.
Talking about, obviously experience on this team, it's really different from American sports soccer in that a lot of players from other countries, you don't see it too much in the United States, but a lot of these have been training at youth academies from a very young age, whether that's with a team you may know or a team you've never heard of.
Goes off of the head of a Bulldog. Good effort there by Kiko Yoshida. From Yokohama, Japan. In that exhibition against Creighton, Yoshida had a couple really good opportunities against the Blue Jays.
Yeah, he's a great newcomer for the Hawks this year. Electric player.
Gio Melgoza will toss it in for the Bulldogs over to Lopez. It's taken away quickly by Tobias Gerber. Hawks are wearing those cool kits with the stripes across the front. Meanwhile, South Suburban's got that Carolina blue and some navy shorts. Sun has risen to above the stadium today.
And it's a hot one. I can verify that. I mean, as in shape, out of shape I am, rather. It's very hot down there. And so that is going to play a factor. Earlier in the women's game, we saw the fog. Didn't really play too much of a factor. Eventually cleared.
Oh, here's a nice opportunity for South Suburban. Just goes off the post. That's unbelievable.
Slow to get up, too.
Good look, but slow to get up. Diego Damian, he's limping his way on the other side. Northeast trying to make a counter out of it. Comes right back. Damian looks like he's starting to find his footing, but wow, that was a great look.
Yeah, it really came out of nowhere. Very creative passing here. Able to get it right past the defense, and Christofferson kind of caught flat-footed there, didn't dive for it. And so off the post, great chance for the Bulldogs. First real chance of this contest. Almost went the Bulldogs' way.
Now a player getting ready to come in for the Hawks would be Lewis Rourke. He was one of the best players a year ago for Northeast. And this is cleared away. Rourke last year had 22 goals, which led the team, and he's not starting today. Sometimes you like to see different fits.
Yeah, especially early on in the season, you're going to see this works better than this lineup, or this lineup is good, but not right at the start, maybe a little bit later in the game. Got a handful of substitutes here for the Hawks.
Finley Stafford, another one who's entering today. And Alexander Pedersen. So 3 new Hawks in there. Corner here for Northeast. Stafford puts it up, and that goes out. Good chance for the Hawks early.
Yeah, just posting up right in front of the keeper there, just Bad angle on the header, sends it over the bar, but a good chance for the Hawks.
Both teams working really hard, trying to take possession. And we'll go to South Suburban here, looking for an early opportunity. Good header away from Lucas Vandenberg. Here comes Espinoza. It's one of the trickiest things when it comes to in this sport of soccer is you have to take your chances on when you want to wait for the ball to come down or attack off of passes and off of different situations. There's a nice save. Christofferson will jump in there and grab it off of the Diego Damian attempt.
Yeah, so far the Bulldogs have done a great job passing the ball. Alluding to what you said earlier, haven't made really any errors so far, and if they have, they've been able to recover.
Another good look, pokes it through, and it's in. Guess who? It's Lewis Rourke, leading scorer from a year ago with 22 goals. Didn't start today, but he comes on in off the bench and immediately gets going with one.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Potter for the Hawks. Beautiful control, not of the ball necessarily, but of the defender, able to poke it up and over the keeper. A nice finish there for the Hawks as they take an early 1-0 lead within the first 13 minutes of the contest, rather 14 minutes.
You like that start from Northeast? That's what you wanted as the number 3 team in the country. Pretty amazing when talking about how many great athletes there are and other programs across the NJCAA. And this Region 11 is going to be a battle. Meanwhile, South Suburban trying to bring their talents back to Region 4 after a game like this. If they can stay in this thing and compete well, it will be a challenge.
Yeah, and it's a testament to what Coach Potter has built here at Northeast. Just like that. You know, the Bulldogs had the best chance of the game up until that point. And what seemed like just kind of a casual over-the-top through ball ends up with a goal.
Vincini will poke it up. Bulldogs trying to clear, and that goes a little bit awry off the foot of Gonzalez. Nothing lead for the Hawks.
Yeah, and I think one of the most impressive things about last season, again, Matthias Christofferson, between the sticks for the Hawks, is the fact they had 15 clean sheets last year. That's no goals allowed for the defense. And so it's not just the offense that really knows how to get things going for the Hawks. The defense is so sturdy at the back.
Another good look there from the Hawks. Kigo Yoshida.
Yeah, and for being, not necessarily the tallest player on the pitch, Yoshida has some decent hops for the Hawks. He's willing to put his body on the line up into the air no matter who's up against him.
Vincini goes back the other way. Hugo Munter. Here's another look at that. Got tripped up a little bit on the turf. You see that sometimes with artificial turf. Oh, Munter just off his foot. Northeast will still have an opportunity, but that would have been a great chance, and you know that he's frustrated.
Yeah, that was there for him, for Hugo Munter. Already has an assist on the season. Would have loved to have gotten his first goal just a little bit.
I think he knew it. He just wanted to, he didn't want to have that much power on it, and it kind of went off his foot in a different direction, something that he didn't quite expect.
And on the topic of turf, obviously, a little bit of a controversial, you don't really think something as simple as the surface you play on can be, controversial, but
yeah,
there's been pushes for more and more grass stadiums for sporting events. Obviously, the World Cup coming to the U.S. as well as Canada and Mexico here in 2026. But obviously, depends on who you ask. A lot of people like grass because of the give that you have that you don't find in turf.
Well, the hard thing is when it comes to turf, you have to have it over a concrete slab most of the time. So if you can find a way to make it a little bit softer, top shelf, no, a little wide, too high. But if you can find a way to make the turf field a bit softer, have a little bit more cushion, a little bit more give, it's a game changer.
But and then again, a great chance here. Like you said, just a little bit outside of the post there. But again, it kind of depends who you ask. Obviously, some athletic departments prefer turf because of the maintenance that you don't have to do on it.
Right.
That obviously is a huge cost, whether that's watering it, maintaining it with groundskeepers or a grounds crew. It's a big thing for universities, and so it's a trade-off. And it also depends on where you're located. Obviously, if you're in a desert area, grass is a little bit harder to maintain when you're...
Well, yeah, it is. But then you've got a team like the Arizona Cardinals where they literally grow their own grass in the stadium.
They've obviously got the bucks to do that.
Right.
Is the big thing.
I've got a foul here. Going down is Hector Gonzalez. Colliding a little bit. Our first half today is brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic. As you can see, another look there. Tobias Gerber frustrated with that. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk, they are building a Norfolk legacy, one patient at a time and one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you today and every day. Good to see Hector Gonzalez back up on his feet. But yes, grass versus turf. I'll tell you what, Luke, I am a turf guy. I like the feeling of turf. I like running on it. I think it feels good. I am not worried about tripping up as much. I feel like it's quicker. But again, I totally understand going down to grass. I mean, the ground is hard. But I get it. Concrete under a slab that's got pellets and soft grass, it just doesn't quite feel as right when you come down. Here's an easy save for Christofferson. So we spent a lot of the broadcast talking about grass, but.
Well, I think it's always a good conversation to have. A nice touch there down the sidelines for the Hawks.
Quickly, Luca Rosen. And it goes out. You know, grass and turf was a big talk in the 1995 season, Nebraska and Florida football. Everyone thought Florida would win because of grass.
It's crazy what people will attribute to a team winning or losing. It's not the talent, it's the grass. Okay. No, I think at the end of the day, it does come down to it's not really a big factor as to far who wins or who loses. I think right now the biggest thing is player safety, and that's been a big emphasis in all sports in general, whether it was when I was in middle and high school with a big focus on concussions. Now you're starting to hear people talk about artificial versus grass fields in reference to leg injuries and Achilles injuries as well.
Yeah, I think, is it just that you get caught up sometimes in that turf? You can catch on it?
Yep, and as opposed to grass where you're able to just kind of fall off of it, turf you don't get that same give.
Curls a little bit wide.
But the thing about grass is,
Hawks ahead, 1-0 over Bulldogs of South Suburban.
And so far, brief chance for the Hawks. They capitalize on it in this first half.
Here's a good look. Goes off the side of the bar again. Neese tried to get back on it. And it's saved.
I think Neese may have caught the keeper there, going for the second attempt.
Yeah, Jacob Shoraka got in there and looks to be okay. South Suburban with an opportunity here. That gets pushed out. Diego Lopez tried to lead that charge. Good header away. Brainy Perez. Now a chance for Vicini.
Oh, here you go.
It's Rourke again, and oh, baby! Lewis Rourke once more. He has got a brace to get things started. His second goal of the day.
What a beautiful sequence of events there. A beautiful pass. Leads Rourke right alongside of the ball. Meets him right where he is going. Doesn't have to go back for it. Is able to just cruise with it. Puts it right into the bottom left corner. Great finish there from Rourke. That makes his second goal of the day. And a 2-0 lead for the Hawks.
Gotta love that for Northeast. They're finding the shots early. Rourke, a leading scorer from a year ago with 22. He's got his first 2 of the new year.
If there were any worried Hawks fans out there that were like, well, they just beat a number 6 team, they might let this game slip from them. So far, they've been doing a great job and really controlling not just possession, but also when they get chances on goal, they make use of them.
Hawks will keep the pressure on. Here's Neese. Tried to cross it toward the center. Cleared out by Gonzalez.
Yeah, he tried to find Rosen there. Nice defense for the Bulldogs there. But again, they're still just creating the chances, and they are really doing a good job of shutting any attack down from the Bulldogs. This back line also deserves a lot of credit here.
And here's a whistle. Espinoza gets the foul. He kind of got bulldozed and then came back up and got into another collision. would have been a really good look again for the Hawks. Pedersen was in there, but Shoraka with a save.
Yeah, Pedersen there found himself basically just wide open in the middle of the field.
Got another whistle as Billy Bradley goes down. Melgoza with the foul.
And the Bulldogs there, Gio Melgoza, not happy with that call. Right at the keeper, though. Good save from...
Here's Neese. He'll take a chance. It's blocked. Shoraka with another good look defensively, but Neese, man, he was heading in there, and that ball was curling.
Thing is, they're not letting Shoraka get any type of comfortable back there between the sticks.
No. Deep look, that goes wide.
That one he was a little more comfortable on.
Yeah, Vicini thought he'd give it a shot. Might as well. 21 minutes left.
And we've been focusing a lot talking about Northeast, and it's because the Bulldogs really haven't. They had that one chance early off the post, but aside from that, Bulldogs need to create something here. They want to try to cut into this deficit.
South Suburban. Got to find a way to make some offense somehow. And that one will go against Bradley.
We'll see if he has a conversation with the official. Nope, nothing. Looks like officials are having words with Tony Gonzalez here on the sidelines. Don't know about what, but you can only imagine what they were talking about, what they were going to do the rest of this afternoon.
We are under 20 minutes to play in the first half. It's a 2-0 lead, 2-0 lead for the Hawks. Ever since Lewis Rourke has got into the game, he's been the guy to get it going. Scored a goal in the 13th minute and then answered back with his second in the 22nd minute. This is stopped. Rosen. A little bit too deep for Edu Neese. Oh, this is taken by Rourke. Rourke with a chance. Try to get it up to Neese. Neese is there. Curls it in. Did they not get that in? No. So a chance for Northeast again. And that is wide. Oh, my goodness. We'll have to take another look at that. It looked close.
Very close off the post. I also believe that the Bulldogs had an Alexander Lopez on the line there, able to clear it out.
Wow. Check it here. And if he was in there, it would have absolutely been a goal.
It's when if you're the Bulldogs, you're like, oh, thank the post and thank the player for being there.
Thank you, Lopez. Unbelievable. Rourke tries again, and he goes down. This is going to be a PK.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just been a constant barrage every time they're able to get some momentum, get a goal line clearance there. Hawks just come firing back. Obviously, since he won the penalty, Rourke will have a chance to make it a hat trick within the first half here.
First half hat trick. Let's see.
Penalties are always mind games, man. As a taker, you're kind of in control of things. You pick where the ball goes if you're a keeper. Try and figure out which way he's going to go.
Play with your eyes, play with your body language. Shoraka has to defend it, and it's in! Rourke with a hat trick. Unbelievable start for Lewis Rourke and the Northeast Hawks. They take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, Shoraka guessing the wrong way there. Rourke opting, instead of powering it into the back of the net, he opts to go for a little bit more finesse on that one. I don't know if that one would have been saved. That was a beautiful shot there from Rourke into the bottom right. But just like that, Northeast, they're the number 3 team in the country for a reason, and they haven't lost momentum they gained from that Prairie State game.
27th minute, the goal for Rourke. Wow.
And I think what you're seeing here now, because it's so hot outside, I believe it's written in the rules, water breaks are allowed.
All players getting together to take a quick breather.
Well, yeah, in games like that, we were talking about player safety with turf earlier. This is just another way to keep players safe. Again, as it starts to heat up, because it's only going to get hotter the rest of this afternoon. Obviously, want to make sure that all the players staying hydrated.
Right.
And on that topic, did you have any little tips and tricks to try and avoid cramps when it was hot outside?
You know, I never really did that, but I know what you should do. And the hard thing is with cramps, there's really not a lot that you can do the day of.
No.
You have to prepare 2 to 3 days in advance.
Yep.
And the things they always tell you to have are bananas, pickles, pickle juice.
Yep.
So if you can do that, like let's say you're playing on a Sunday, so Thursday, Friday, you'll probably want to have 1 or 2 bananas and maybe drink some pickle juice just to help you out when you get to that point, which is pretty crazy to think about, and it's always hard to predict. You're not really going to be thinking that you'll be cramping, but it could just be a routine at some point to a lot of players. Once you're in that position where you say, hey, I know I'm going to be playing Sunday, there's a chance for it to be warm, so let's take that precaution and grab a couple nanners, eat some pickles. You know, at the pool that I grew up in, there was a very famous, very popular snack around the small town of Shenandoah, Iowa, called the pickle cube. You know what that is?
Is it just a pickle that's in the shape of a cube?
No. This is taken away by Rourke. Gets it up to Yoshida and taken away by the Bulldogs. Know what a pickle cube is? It is the pickle juice that's taken into a small cup, probably a little bit smaller than a shot glass, maybe around that size, and frozen. And for 25 cents, you can get yourself a pickle cube and have a frozen cup of pickle juice. And it was amazing.
Inflation hasn't gotten to the pickle cubes yet.
It was probably 50 cents by the time I left home.
Oh my goodness.
So there you go. 50. It's
going to be
$100.
$1.
That's 100% inflation.
It's going to be $1 now, man.
I'd pay it.
Yeah, it sounds decent.
You like drinking pickle juice?
Oh, heck yeah.
It's good.
Running cross country, I remember the meet too. It was a meet in Seward, the Charlie Thornell Invitational. Always was about 90 degrees that day, and you needed it.
Here's Rosen taking a shot and leaves it wide to the right. I guess we'll tell the viewers something that we did a few months ago. Luke and I, we tried Dr. Pepper and pickles.
It's pretty decent.
It wasn't bad. Apparently there's a right way to do it, and we didn't really do it the right way, but it was still okay.
Shocked there wasn't maybe a whistle blown there on that collision between the Bulldogs and the Hawks.
Vandenberg gets up. Yeah, got caught up there. into the 30th minute. Here comes another opportunity. Rosen will get it to fall. Luca Rosen limping a little bit afterward. But he's got the goal, and the Hawks have a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. Maybe it's just a cramp. You hope it's just a cramp.
Right.
But great finish there from Rosen, and everything's just clicking for the Hawks right now. Defense and Christofferson haven't really had to do too much, purely because of the forwards and midfielders for the Hawks, and they've made it almost unbearable as this heat for the Bulldogs so far in this first half.
The intervals are getting smaller. Took 13 minutes for the first Hawks goal. Then it was 9 minutes till the next one. Then it was 5 minutes, and since their last goal, it's been 3 minutes. So the Hawks are scoring faster and faster each time.
Yeah, and something to be of note here. Obviously, a very long season. Again, you're playing 90 minutes, aside from a few substitutions, but you're getting experience for players. One of them that just came in from
Rutledge.
Millard South, yep, Omaha, Nebraska. That's going to give him, I mean, you're getting in two things really well.
Wow, no whistle there. And unbelievable. Gio Melgoza cannot believe it. Hands up. And, I mean, he was being wrestled pretty hard.
Yeah, very aggressive play from both teams.
Well, make sure to stick around for our halftime show. It's brought to you by Insurance 365 and Visit Kearney.
Yeah, chance there for Nice. Had a chance to get a shot on goal, but good block from the back line of the Bulldogs.
It's a nice breeze today.
Thankfully.
That always helps.
Can only imagine how hot it is on the turf, especially.
Rourke chasing after it. Now here's Yoshida going after Diego Lopez. It's as good of a start as you'd want for the Hawks. Here's South Suburban. You got to show a little fight here. Try to find some opportunities. They almost had the first goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you just need something to boost your confidence. They had that early, like you said, that chance off the post. Could have put them up 1-0. Right now, they just can't create anything on the offensive third. And I don't even think it's just the offensive third. It really starts at the midfield. They just can't seem to get that pass, make that one pass that would open up the Hawks' defense. And that's credit to the Hawks. I mean, they've done a fantastic job so far this game, really limiting any chances.
They've got so much speed as well.
Yeah, not even just off the ball. Like, they're not just, like, when they don't have the ball with them, making runs down the field. It's on the ball. Very agile, very quick with players like Yoshida and Nice. I mean, in a situation like that, wins the ball back, plays an errant pass right after, but even on their mistakes, they recover well.
And here's a whistle between Gio Melgoza and Ben Schrader. Ben Shaner. Ben from right here in Norfolk, Nebraska. Played for the Panthers.
Was going to be disappointed if you didn't bring that up.
This was his home field.
And that's got to mean a lot to him to not only suit up for the Panthers. I don't want to say back in the day because it wasn't that long ago, but you get what I mean. And then being able to do it for his local community college.
And Ben's a pretty fun player to watch, too. He puts in a lot of work. Oh, bodied. Len Velkema. And no whistle.
I mean, with how aggressive the play's been.
Oh, Hawks have numbers here. And just off the foot of Elmos. He's frustrated about that.
Yeah. You can, like you said, you can tell. Wish he wouldn't have taken that strong of a touch, especially with the numbers they have, or they had on that move there, 3-on-2. Had a chance to add a fifth. Here with just 10 minutes to go.
Little jersey grabbing here between Owen Rutledge and Diego Damian. Another Omaha product right there with the ball a moment ago, Cameron Wright. Got Millard North and Millard South. You think they ever get into it at all?
You're playing for the same team now. I'm sure they give each other grief from high school.
Maybe do those. You got to do those bets every once in a while. You say, all right, if North wins, then you got to do this. But if South wins, then I'll do this.
Yep. You got to love rivalries, though, man.
Oh, it's fun. It's honestly one of the best things about sports.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if both teams are competitive and they're good. That's usually what a rivalry ensues, but not always. I don't know. Luke, do you agree with the mantra that there can't be a rivalry if it's not always competitive?
Here's the thing. I had this discussion with one of my friends. I think in order, you need a couple criteria in order to constitute a rivalry. We'll see what the Bulldogs can do here, but in order to constitute a rivalry, you need a few things. You need to be close in proximity. Like, you got to have that natural rivalry. You also need something in the past.
Oh, here's a great through ball. Yoshida with a chance. He'll take the shot. It's stopped. Yoshida goes back after it and puts it in with the left foot. Got it off the rebound. A goal for Northeast. Here you go, Yoshida. How about this?
Second goal on the season for Yoshida. What a finish there. Not giving up on the play. Taking the one shot, noticing the rebound, and he's so quick, man. He just moves with such a pace that you don't really see that often. So what a finish there from Yoshida, not only on the initial shot, but also putting that ball into the back of the net. Following your shot, it's not just in basketball. You got to do it in soccer, too.
Right as we entered the 38th minute, Yoshida with the shot. 5-0 Northeast. So rivalry, you say they have to be close to in proximity.
Yes. You also do need...
Let me explain.
Okay.
We're going to go to college football.
Of course.
Like Nebraska, Miami, Nebraska, Texas. Not close in proximity per se.
I don't think it's true rivalry.
That's unbelievable. You don't think Nebraska, Texas is a true rivalry?
I think in order for it to be a true okay, so like we'll take one of the teams playing here. Northeast Community College, Highway 81 rivalry with Central Community College. That makes sense.
Great
There's
choice.
a natural.
Or Iowa Lakes.
Iowa Lakes as well.
Okay.
I just think that, and there does need to be something in the past to create the rivalry.
Yes, that is a good point. There's got to be something to create it. You can't just do it.
Yes. Which is kind of, this may not go well with some Nebraska fans out there, but which is why I don't know if Iowa is truly a rival with Nebraska. I think it's a little bit of a forced rivalry.
I would disagree.
I think we have more of a rivalry with Kansas State or Iowa State than we do.
I think you could make a case for it used to, but not anymore.
Not anymore,
There wasn't really a rivalry with Iowa because they never played. But now that they do, and your state borders, and there is not love between the fans. And I think with older fans, you might say that they don't really care, but it's a younger rivalry because of the newness between the two teams.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
But that's why rivalries can always be created. That's the cool thing about it. You can't force it, but things can be created. There's a save for Shoraka.
There's some truth to that. I agree with that. I don't think, like, Nebraska-Oklahoma is your traditional rivalry.
Yep.
That's your, both teams have respect for each other. There's no real
that's a good
hatred.
one.
There's no hatred there. Obviously, if you ask people of an older generation, OU beat Nebraska for a very long time. Newer fans probably don't consider it as big of a rivalry.
It used to be. But yes, plenty of examples. I mean, we think of, like, if you go on a broader scale, we'll stay with soccer, Barcelona and Madrid.
Real Madrid. See, the thing about soccer rivalries, there is pure, they do not like each other.
There's hatred. You see
Yes.
the amount of fights, riots sometimes that break out.
Mm-hmm.
No miscommunication between the Hawks.
But that's what makes sports great, is that you have those rivalries, you love to beat the team, but at the end of the day, you're both humans. And so
That's exactly right.
just makes it that much more fun.
It can be hard at times to think that it's the biggest thing in the world, but it's not. Oh, what a move. Well, Matthias Christofferson, what a move there.
He's going to have to get ready back between the sticks now.
Here's an opportunity for the Bulldogs. Christofferson is there and then poked in off the rebound. Breaking the goose egg, Nicholas Espinoza.
And just like that, 5-1, still a lead for the Hawks. But again, the back line and Christofferson, with you having a 5-goal lead, you'd like to see a clean sheet at the end of the game. So probably a little bit frustrated there, not being able to keep that one out. A rebound goal. Nice finish, though, from Espinoza. But again, see, that's what you need if you're the Bulldogs. You need that little spark, something to give you, and right at the death of the first half, it's a really good time to get a goal.
Still got a lot of work to be done. Got a couple opportunities, but still is Northeast with the majority of possession. And that's what really creates the chances.
But again, if a ball bounces the right way for the Bulldogs, they could, again, still be down by 3. But a little bit of momentum.
Nice pass, and Shoraka comes up to make the save.
And we'll see what we get here in the final 4 minutes of play. The Bulldogs happy they could get a goal, try and build for the second half. Or if the Hawks may try to get a 6th.
Big boot all the way up to Archie Woodall. And Shuraka able to grab it again. We are just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. 5-1 Northeast ahead of South Suburban. South Suburban from just south of Illinois, south of Chicago rather. South Holland is the name of the city, 21,465. So it's similar size to Norfolk.
It is, but then you realize Chicago.
Oh yeah, you've got the few more people to choose from the area. And their head coach, Tony Gonzalez, who again coaches the women as well. You know, he was admitted to the Region 4 NJCAA Coach Hall of Fame in 2018.
Yeah, and in a situation like this, it always helps to have a coach with a bit of experience on his side. And he'll know exactly what to tell his team heading into halftime, you know, down by 4. Try and give them say the right things, get them to maybe change things up in the second half.
It's a good tackle from Diego Lopez a moment ago. Humberto Benavides over to Gerber and out. Ryan Luca playing pretty aggressive over there from Manchester, England.
In the first half.
Final minute of the first half. We'll see what the Hawks decide to do. Here's a shot on goal, trying to get it off the rebound. It's chased. Down goes Pritchard. "26 seconds. Over to Wright. Now to Rutledge. Over to Gerber.
10, 9, 8,
Rutledge
7, 6,
will try it.
5, 4, 3,
Knocked out, and that will
1.
take us to the end of the first half of play. All Hawks in this one. 3 goals from Lewis Rourke, 1 from Luca Rosen, and 1 from Kigo Yoshida. And the Hawks lead 5-1 over the Bulldogs of South Suburban. Coming up next, we'll take you through our halftime highlights on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond is your leader in engineering and designing your new building, additions to facilities, and concrete construction. Their professional projects can be seen across Northeast Nebraska. Whether it's a business office, barn, shop, or addition to an existing building, when the project is complete, you'll have a building that meets the needs of your operation. Check out ashoffconstruction.com or call Scott, Kenny, or Luke in Osmond at 402-748-3551.
Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust is honored to be ranked as a national top 20 bank for ag lending by the Independent Community Bankers Association. Elkhorn Valley Bank prides themselves on offering community-focused, experienced lenders with a vast knowledge of agriculture to provide fast and local decisions. Their wide range of products and services are sure to meet the needs of any operation. Elkhorn Valley Bank extends a heartfelt thank you to all their customers for their unwavering loyalty and support.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
It's not about the hours, it's not about the acres. It's about the legacy, passed from one generation to the next. At Madison County Bank, we see your farming operation as a legacy, as a successful business, as a crucial part of the world's well-being. For over 130 years, Madison County Bank has stood beside farmers and ranchers in Northeast Nebraska. We have been and always will be here to help you grow. Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Make this the summer of Jeep at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Save on our full lineup of SUVs like the 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. And take advantage of our current offers going on right now. Visit one of our 2 convenient locations in Blair or Bellevue today.
Home health care is a variety of services that are offered in.
Welcome back on News Channel Nebraska. It is halftime of our matchup here today. Northeast Community College ahead of South Suburban College 5-1 today. Caitlin Debin and Luke Stera with you on NCN. Luke, what was kind of your takeaway from that first half?
Whole lot of Hawks. It's probably the best way you can describe that.
Whole lot of Hawks. That's a great way to say that.
Yeah, I mean, they just anytime they had a little bit of adversity like that. The first chance went to the Bulldogs. It went their way. But aside from that, and obviously the goal by Espinoza in the 41st minute, everything was just clicking for the Hawks. I mean, they were able to control midfield, able to hold off the Bulldogs in any attack they really got. And then, of course, just finishing very, very on point today. Rourke obviously comes to mind with his hat trick in the first half. But overall, just they're the number 3 team in the country for a reason, and they're showing out for the fans here today.
Well, let's take you through our halftime highlights on News Channel Nebraska. Well, here you go. It did start with Northeast finding a goal first, and this guy didn't even start. Lewis Rourke came off the bench. Last year's leading scorer, he put down 22 beyond the net, and he was able to grab that goal there to get things going. Here's another opportunity. That one was just off the mark. Nice tried to save it and couldn't quite do it. Now again, here comes Rourke off the pass from Vicini. Rourke able to put it through. At this point, starts the game off with a brace early. Another good chance for Northeast. How about this one? Just popped through. Shoraka able to stop the shot from Nice. And then another opportunity. Nice comes on in, has it curl and bounce right over, and could not quite find the back of the net. Now penalty kick. Rourke puts it through. Guessing wrong is Jacob Shoraka. And Northeast goes on top 3-0. Kept on going here. This is the speed and the shot from Luca Rosen, scoring his third goal of the year. A little bit of a cramp. I thought he was going to go for like some kind of celebration.
I thought that too. That did cross my mind. I can't lie.
Twerk celebration, I think, is what it was. And then our friend from Japan, Kigo Yoshida, misses the first attempt, gets the rebound, and puts it in, makes it 5-0.
Cool and composed, unlike today, weather-wise.
Weather-wise. And to finish out the first half, Nicholas Espinoza off of this rebound. Christopherson was there to block it, and then Espinoza comes in and puts it in just off to the left, making it 5-1. That's our halftime highlights for our first half of action today. We got 45 more minutes coming up between the Hawks and the Bulldogs. We'll see if South Suburban has any fight or if Northeast can continue their stretch of dominance. We'll find out coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
Home health care is a variety of services that are offered in a patient's home, wherever that patient defines their home, whether it be a nursing facility, assisted living, memory care, adult daycare, group home. And it's skilled services that are provided, which can be by a nurse, a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, a speech therapist, a social worker, or a certified nurse's aide.
Yes, I would recommend Faith Home Health Care, simply because they make it easy for you to stay in your home. And they come with the supplies. You don't have to come up with anything. They bring everything with them. And they're friendly and kind and clean up after themselves. They don't ever leave a mess.
Anybody can qualify for home health, from a newborn all the way up to people greater than 100 years old.
My name is Harriet, and I really enjoy the services that Home Health Care has given me.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial flooring coverage and installation for almost 50 years.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Halftime Show is brought to you by Insurance 365, your local expert for your Medicare plans. And by Visit Kearney. Find it all in Kearney.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. legendary family adventures, out-of-this-world shopping, star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
My brother RJ had me believe that he knew exactly what he was taking, but I don't think that during those times he was ever necessarily sober. We lost RJ at 32 to a prescription opioid overdose.
About ready for the second half of action on News Channel Nebraska between the Northeast Hawks and the South Suburban Bulldogs. Kalen Devin and Luke Stera on News Channel Nebraska today. The final 35 seconds are being counted down before we get this thing underway. And we'll see who can come out on top, whether it's Northeast continuing their goal barrage, or maybe we'll see some fight from South Suburban. See if they can score a couple goals here and make it a game. New goalie in for Northeast. It is Thomas Armand Backel from France. He'll be in there in goal today. Otherwise, we are ready for half number 2. Lewis Rourke. We'll start things off.
Yeah, and like you said, we'll see what both teams opt to do here. Lots to talk about at the end of that first half. For both teams, for the Bulldogs, obviously, find yourself down 5-1, getting a good goal towards the end of the first half. Maybe get a little bit of energy here, like we saw in the women's game from Northeast out of that first half.
Yeah. Going quickly to Nice, and this was saved but then lost, and then Shiraka able to get back on it.
You know, the fans came more prepared than I did. A lot of them busting out the umbrellas here.
Got some umbrellas. some sunbrella.
I like a good bucket hat. Bucket hats are always good to protect from the sun.
I don't think I've ever had a bucket hat. Own one.
Disappointing.
I know, it'd be good. They're nice hats. They're great boating hats, good fishing hats. Great just hats to have in the sunshine. Oh, down goes Billy Bradley, and that did not look good.
It looks like he'll be able to get up, but
crumpled quickly.
And he's good to go, most important thing. But another important thing, this also gives the Hawks a chance to really have a chance on goal here. I'll be interested to see if they do run a set play here, or if they just try to get a shot on goal. Got Neese standing over it, as well as Vincini.
Bulldogs trying to get set up to create their wall.
Yeah, and sometimes you'll see, when you're the defending team, you'll see someone lay down behind the wall as well. Opting not to do it here.
And this is deflected. The wall works. Oh, and there's a whistle. Going against Bradley, was able to knock down Melgoza. And he's holding the yellow. Bradley's got the yellow.
That seems very harsh for a yellow. But it might not just be that specific play. It might just be a culmination of what some of the challenges we saw in the first half, some of them even early on here in the second. So maybe just a way for the official to kind of set the tone for the game, not let it get out of hand.
Yeah, he's not happy. Still talking with the official right now. It looks like we will see a substitution. Ben Shaner might come in for him. Yep, and that's what's happening. So Shaner comes in for Bradley.
There was a pretty lengthy discussion between the official and Bradley there.
And that's always smart. It's hard when somebody gets a yellow because you want to keep them in the game, but you also don't want to run the risk of them grabbing another one and then not being able to have a substitute for them later on.
Yeah, but like I said, official didn't like what he saw. Like I said, it could be a culmination. Just trying to set the tone for the game.
Potter and Bradley on the sideline. Potter kind of had his hands up, and Bradley will leave the arena. Here's an opportunity, just blocked off the leg. Shoraka defending from Luca Rosen.
Yeah, I think he wanted to take it, curl it in into the left corner there, Shoraka. Nice save, though, very active. Just a little bit too late from Rosen.
Had a good look at it.
He actually wanted to go in the near post.
Give some credit, though, to Shoraka. He's played pretty well today.
And made himself big on that save.
Opportunity is thwarted. Northeast able to keep it. Here's Neese. Oh, nice move. Neese, just misses it wide of the post.
You had Rosen trailing there on the back post, too. Just went in between the post and Rosen.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you can see with Neese is that he is so good at just stopping on a dime. He's got some really good moves.
I think he does want to get a goal, though, Neese. He's had a couple chances here in this game. Let's get on the scorer sheet.
Hawks keep moving. It's back to Armin Backel and goal. Oh, man. Well, good thing that Shiraka was there. Went off the foot awkwardly of Alexander Lopez. Could have been a dangerous situation.
Yeah, and Shiraka telling Lopez just to kind of calm it down. Don't get too excited when something like that happens.
And a whistle here. We'll go quickly. In for goal. Wow. Shaner puts it in. Ben Shaner with the header. And that's an exciting way for his first goal of the season.
I mean, that's really a two-parter there. Beautiful cross in on the right foot, and Shaner just very sneakily sneaking behind. Sneakily sneaking.
Yes.
Great adjectives. Behind the back line for the Bulldogs and just able to find his way wide open with the header. You'd almost say it's harder to miss those sometimes, but there's still a tough finish. Any ball that you're hitting in off the top of your or pass off the top of your dome is difficult to control. So nice finish from Shaner.
Well, the pass to set it up was incredible. It was perfect, exactly where it had to be. Here's Nice to the outside, going right back up. Over to Munter. Hawks will try again. And this is a goal kick.
And the Hawks haven't really lost that fire that they had in the first half. And again, seemingly out of nothing. Quick free kick taken. Not 5-10 seconds later, they get the ball in the back of the net. It just speaks to how quickly this team really moves in the offensive third.
Another goal kick here. Hawks continue to put pressure on. Here's a nice little speed from the outside. Vincini gets the pass again. Cuts it through. Nice pass, Nice. And there's the save from Shiraka.
Calm, cool, and collected. Shiraka able to settle that one down and really just get the ball off of this side of the field.
Shaner fighting with Diego Lopez. This goes into the stance. Souvenir. Pretty cool if you could keep the soccer balls afterward.
Oh, no.
Tried to throw it over and couldn't quite get it over the fence. That's okay, they got it. Another opportunity for the Hawks. Cutting inside, now Neese will take the shot. It's stopped, but back right in. Guess who? Lewis Rourke, he's got 4. The assist from Neese. Well, off of the Neese shot.
Another rebound goal. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter if your shot doesn't go in the back of the net. Neese able to take it down, get a shot on goal, forcing the save of Shiraka. Couldn't maintain control of it. It was a tough shot in the beginning of it, but able to paw it away, but only so far as Rourke before he finishes it off. It is now 7-1. Can be very deflating for the Bulldogs.
Billy Bradley, we mentioned how he had a red card a little bit earlier, or excuse me, a yellow card earlier, and he is officially leaving the pitch. And looks like we will have another yellow here for Northeast. And this is going on Alexander Pritchard.
It was a tough challenge. Kind of caught him right behind, trying to keep the ball off, but ultimately, and you mentioned it, with Bradley picking up the first yellow in the game. Not only if you pick up a second yellow, because I mean you're done for this game, you've also got a match ban to deal with as well. So some of that could be Coach Potter being like, we don't need to lose you for any longer.
Yeah, it's difficult because, you know, these players just want to play. And so you pick up a card, you want to stay in, but obviously not always the smartest thing to do. Here comes the corner. Benjamin Gonzalez will kick it. It's way wide of the net and out.
Trying to find the back post there, just lofted it a little too much up and over the heads of everyone.
Beautiful day at a beautiful complex in Northeast Nebraska.
Beautiful is a weird way to describe a 100-degree day.
It's not 100.
Feels like it. I'm complaining in the press box and I haven't ran an ounce.
Here comes some speed on the outside. Another chance, and that drops in. Or was it? It was there. Adun Neese able to put it through. He looked angry. I think he was just relieved that he finally got one.
I was very confused as to whether that went in or not, just based off his reaction.
Kicks the fence, but he got it.
You don't usually see players get angry, but
No.
I think it could be, like you said, just maybe some frustrations of not getting that goal earlier in the game. He's able to get one now, though. Make it 8-1 in favor of the Hawks.
Currently 91 right now, and it feels like 95, according to the heat index. So not quite 100 there, Luke.
Okay.
You can stop complaining now. Here's the save from Shoraka. We've seen 5 different Hawks scoring 8 goals.
Our player of the game segment could be long if we talk to every single person that scored a goal today.
That's true. And since Lewis Rourke has scored 4, You talked to him 4 times as long as the others.
I think so.
Here's Shaner. He might take the, actually pass it over to the far side. And there's another. Luca Rosen. Let's keep the goal fest going. 9-1. Oh, my goodness. They're just all dropping for the Hawks.
And, I mean, this is a team that, I mean, I'll be honest, they scored a lot of goals last year. If you aren't privy to some of the totals from last year, I think I can just say one of the amount of goals they scored against Scott Community College. This made some headlines last year. 30-0. Northeast beat Scott Community College. This is a team that scored 6 goals many a time last season, including in the Region 11 championship against Iowa Lakes Community College. Again, still a lot of soccer to play. I mean, we're not even 15 minutes into this second half, and it's 9-1.
A little stoppage in the action. I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on.
I think officials were talking with Bulldogs head coach Tony Gonzalez. Once again asking maybe what his favorite color is.
Lopez will take this deep. And that just misses. Would have been a great opportunity for the Bulldogs. And probably one of his favorite colors is this Carolina blue. You know, there's so many variations of blue, and they're all great colors. Blue is an awesome color.
I'm more of a green fan myself.
You're lying. There's no one who's bigger fans of green than blue.
Whoa.
Never met one. Shoraka will clear it.
Look like, can't tell if that's Rosen or if that's Pritchard on that far side, but kind of got pulled down there. I believe that's Rosen.
Hawks will try again. Shoraka goes off and just spins out. So the Hawks will get a goal kick. And Nice will set up the set piece. Here's Nice with the corner. He'll just lightly tap it in to Rosen. Back to Nice. He'll take the shot and miss it wide.
It's like we might see a handful of substitutes warming up for the Hawks right now.
They got a lot of guys getting ready to go in. And that's the good thing about the Hawks is that they've got a lot of depth.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guys on this team who can really make an impact. Another nice job by Shoraka making the save. Perez almost lost it. And now does. Back to the Hawks. Here's a deep chance. Wow. Unbelievable. Another one for Northeast. It is Luca Rosen. His third goal, a hat trick for him. He had 2 in the game on Friday. He's got 5 on the season already. And now the host of subs are coming in. 10-1 Hawks.
Yeah, and again, talked about it earlier, getting some of the bench players on the pitch. Does 2 things. It lets the starters rest, and then it also gives very good experience, very usable experience heading later into the season for some of the players who may not normally get time, but if they're forced into a situation where they need to play, this could very well prove to be very vital.
We've seen a lot of these guys early in this season, or excuse me, early in the game. They'll come back in today. Got to be pretty happy if you're Adam Potter the way that things worked out for you. Maybe didn't play your best game overall, but they had lots of great opportunities and have made a lot of them work.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that is not missing a beat from their last game. You know, some teams may beat the number 6 team in the country.
Oh, good defense here. Hector Perez. And now a whistle. No card. Benavides through to Valkema. Breaking down the defender here is Vilchis. Good defense there. Goes out.
I mean, this is the first of many home games, but first home game of the season for Northeast. They went to Ottumwa, Iowa to take on Prairie State. And they'll have a decent trek for their next game. That one on Thursday. They'll take on Jones College. They're heading down to Ellisville, Mississippi to take on Jones College. That is a drive, to say the least. You know, in a game like this, you want they still have 4 days of rest, thankfully, but again, you don't know what that'll do to a team, having to deal with that long travel, heading down to the deep south of the U.S. in Mississippi.
And they'll have a pretty easy drive right after that. After you get to Central Community College on September 10th. We'll take them in Columbus, the Battle of I-81. I-81. Highway 81. Oops.
I mean, some consider it an interstate of northeast Nebraska.
I don't know about that. Oh, another one. This time it is Len Valkema. There you go. 11-1.
There's not much to say, really. I mean, everything just flowing for the Hawks very well. Again, I think at this point the Bulldogs are just tired, you know, especially the back line. They've been dealing with a lot of pressure. And the pressure really hasn't stopped. I mean, heading into halftime, it was 6-1. Northeast.
And they just keep going.
Yeah, Northeast getting 5 goals, and they're still.
I mean, these are guys who you want to see the energy from. You're not, I mean, if you're South Suburban, you know that these guys aren't going to lay it down because these are other players who want to show that they've got valuable minutes. Here's the cross. Nice move, takes the shot, and just, oh boy. Great save by Shoraka off of the foot of Elmos. It was a good look.
Yeah, that was a great shot, but an even better save by Shoraka there. I mean, able to get a fingertip to that one. But what a move here. I mean, sits a defender down, able to create enough space, let it fly with the left foot, but a fantastic save by Shoraka.
And now the corner. A lot of guys in the box. See, Dodge takes the shot, and that goes out. They'll do it again.
Getting some space, a little deflection there, but overall good set piece. And again, they're still just going to crowd the box. I mean, really what this does, it just creates a lot of confusion for the back line. Confusion can breed goals.
We'll try it again, and a whistle. Have to redo that. Set piece. It's Gerber. We'll put it back up. Another chance for it, and just wide.
A couple Hawks tried to get their head to that one. Couldn't quite make contact with it, harmlessly out.
Another whistle, this time going against Northeast. Pretty aggressive today. Ryan Luca with the foul.
Yeah, just kind of got a little bit under Bulldog there.
Some grabbing, yeah, there's a whistle. We knew that was coming. Benavidez got tied up with Francisco de la Paz.
Yeah, and I think for Coach Gonzalez and South Suburban here, this is the game that you try to forget a lot, but 23 minutes left to go here in the second half. This is where you see who really wants to play. You know, it's 90-plus degrees outside. Feels like almost 100. You're down 11-1. Got to see some life from your team. Again, it's going to be a tough hill to climb.
Yep.
Realistically, probably not going to be able to tie this thing up. But you just got to see some fight from your players. Just something to take into your next games.
Benavidez goes down, but he's right back up.
Looks like a card out here.
That will go on Francisco de la Paz. First card for South Suburban, as Pedro Sidaj will have the opportunity to boot it. Up the sideline, Northeast. Finding some space. Here's Almos. Good stop defensively. Hector Perez. Velkema's back on it. Benavides, and now over to right.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at the pitch right now. Every single Bulldog using the football field is within basically the 35, 40-yard line. I mean, the pressure that Northeast has put on South Suburban today, it's been almost, I mean, they seem to be pressing the entire game. Controlling possession. Anytime a mistake happens, they capitalize on it. Anytime they get a chance, they're critical with their finishing.
Finley Stafford takes the shot just wide again. Shots on goal there's been lots of shots taken today. A lot on goal. They've made 11 of them. A potent offense for the Hawks. Here comes the Dodge. He's looking to take it up.
Inadvertently played a good pass there.
Still fighting with it. Wrestling. Nancy Dodge, who's a defender, came all the way up there.
I love seeing defenders. When you get your chance, you got to make a run at the goal.
Oh, you have to. You don't usually see it a whole lot. This goes up there, headed away, and knocked over. The effort from Stafford was there.
I liken it to the football folks out there. An offensive lineman getting a chance to run the football. I mean, that's pure football right there.
Yeah.
Whenever
You're
you
gonna
see,
take it.
Yeah, whenever you see an attacker on the soccer field, or a defender rather, a defender get a chance at it, that's just pure heart. It doesn't get much better than that. Except the goalie. That's when you get worried.
I think the goalie's lineman. You think of a defender getting the chance, it's more like a DB getting an interception maybe.
Linebacker getting a pick for
right.
sure.
And then as a goalie, though, if you get that chance to have a shot at goal, yeah, that's lineman. I love it.
It's pure heart. A little bit of a giveaway here for the Hawks, but they're the number 3 team in the country for a reason. A mistake ends up getting them a chance for a shot on goal there, but
I mean, their starting 11 is incredible, but even the substitute 11 behind them, I mean, this is a Hawks team that would be very good with these 11 on the field right here.
Yeah, and I just think it really speaks to Coach Potter.
Oh, yes.
What he's built. And Northeast as a whole, I mean, it up and down the athletic department, from the AD to the coaches to the players. There's been a buy-in for soccer here, not even just at the college level, but also at the high school level. Norfolk having one of their best seasons last year under head coach Joe Myers.
Get another water break, so we'll take one too. Coming right back, 11-1, Hawks up by 10 on NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Are your Medicare supplements too high? Does your employer not offer health insurance? Who can I trust locally in a live office and not an 800 number? Come see Insurance 365 healthcare experts Angela Credeville and Sarah Kuhn. Angela specializes for you with personal consulting for people over 65 and their Medicare plans. Sarah is the expert on individual plans for those of you under 65. Angela and Sarah, the healthcare experts you want to do business with.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Region 4 Behavioral Health, affordable, accessible, quality mental health and substance abuse services. And The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial flooring coverage and installation for almost 50 years.
(11-1) lead for the Northeast Hawks over the South Suburban Bulldogs. Kalen Devin along with Luke Stera here today on News Channel Nebraska. It is warm. Heat is on. We're feeling it today.
Wind is still blowing, though. Thank the Lord, because it is hot.
Make sure you stay tuned after this one is all wrapped up, because we will have our coaches and player post-game interview. It's all brought to you by Northeast Community College. Again, thankful for them for letting us come on down here today. And actually, we were also able to go down, at least I was able to go on down to Creighton last week to go watch the exhibition with the Hawks and the Jays, and that was really fun to go see.
Pretty jealous, I can't lie. You see the headlines of Creighton having a great program, obviously reaching the Final Four just a couple years ago. Like I said, we were talking about Northeast buying in to the soccer culture here, really wanting to put a forefront for the program, both men's and women's. Creighton, the Blue Jays, they 100% bought in, and you see where it got them, and you see where Northeast's been. Now, we were talking about Northeast, a little bit of a sidebar. They actually are debuting new logos this year.
I do like the logos a lot.
What are your thoughts on the new logo?
I love the logos. I think they're great.
I think they're slick. They're clean. They're modernized. I do have a soft spot, obviously. I have a soft spot for the old school logos, that eagle. I know it's a hawk for Northeast, but you see it with Lutheran High Northeast there. Their logo up here in Northeast Nebraska.
Those are the new logos there on the screen, though. That's the sleek ones we're talking about.
Yeah, and you see, so fun fact, I did a story on this, but you can see on the top right there, that little N, it's an arrow. Why? It's pointing what direction?
Up?
Northeast.
Oh, that is so clever. Okay, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pointing northeast. I do actually really like that hawk logo.
That is so clever.
Yeah,
I honestly did not even notice that. That's amazing.
Yep. The hawk logo is really nice, too. It's, like I said, very slick, very clean.
Well, and you're just a big fan of all the retro logos, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got a couple hoodies, which I can't wait to break out in October when it gets a little bit cooler. Got an old USF, South Florida Bulls.
That'll be cool.
That's a nice one. DePaul as well. Hey, we're talking about DePaul, his team from Chicago, or Chicago suburb. But yeah, I got a old DePaul logo as well. I really just love logos. I love seeing what graphics departments. Oh, good shot there. Just a little bit off the mark.
Anthony Miranda in goal now for South Suburban.
Yeah, that one just a little off the mark for Marius Almos, but I really like seeing what graphics departments and just what new logos, what's a new way to kind of reinvent your team a little bit, because obviously Northeast rebranded not just with their athletics logos, but just their logos in general. But I always have a soft spot for retros.
Oh, yeah, they're good. Oh, slipped up on the ball a bit. But staying with it is Elmos. That's impressive.
Determinated.
Outside now, Luca. Tried to put it in and just off. Could have been Shaner's second goal. Hawks are trying to work quickly. Here's Benavides. Back outside now. Woodall. And out. Well, Adam Potter, this is his third year as head coach of the Hawks. Won both the Region 11 championship and Plains District championship both of his first 2 seasons. He's the reigning 2-time Region 11 Coach of the Year. How about that? You become a head coach, you immediately become Coach of the Year. You do it again in your second year, and now you're in year 3. And I would say that the Hawks, their goal this season is nothing short of a national title.
Yeah, they got a chance to almost experience a national championship, just falling short in the semifinals. But again, like we said, beginning of this broadcast, a lot of players still returning. Christofferson, Neese, Bradley, a lot of players returning from last year's team, and so a lot to build on. But ultimately, the final destination is that championship.
Bring one home to Norfolk if you're the Hawks. Corner kick taken, and it is saved by Miranda. Stayed with it. Shaner's tripped up, and there's a whistle.
Yeah, that one called on, I believe, Cesar Sanchez. Yeah, just trips up. Shaner there.
A kick, header just off of the top of Woodall. Couldn't quite redirect it in. Hawks up 11-1.
That was a nice glancing header there, just going a little bit too far to the right. Yeah, we got a full slate on the schedule this week for
gonna be busy.
News Channel Nebraska. Started the high school sports season. Columbus and Norfolk this week. Highway 81.
It is.
Highway 81 rivalry.
It's called the Maroon Cup.
The Maroon Cup. Well, and, talking about, we'll wait to see what develops here.
Oh, yep. Some action between the two there.
But for the first time since 2018, I believe, we're going to have high school football in Memorial Stadium this year.
Yes, that game is going to be fun. Columbus and Fremont.
Old rivalry as well.
Well, technically there's always high school football in Memorial Stadium once you get to state. But yes, regular season-wise. Who was that game in 2018?
Do you know it? Or
no, I'm asking you.
Believe, if I read correctly, it was North Platte and a Lincoln school that I can't remember. Lincoln Southwest, another goal for the Hawks here. Marius Elmos able to pick that one up. It's been a while since they scored, but nonetheless, they're still keeping things on track.
It's only their 12th goal today. That's it.
A lot of goals.
A lot of goals.
We were told by a producer, director in the truck, Connor, that it was Lincoln Southwest and North Platte. And do you remember the Husker game that happened? Because I do.
What Husker game? In 2018?
2018.
That happened right after that?
No, that happened. They were playing that Friday night, and that was the reason they got to play in Memorial Stadium on Saturday, because the Huskers weren't in
If it
Memorial.
was a Friday, the only two teams I can recollect that Nebraska has played on a Friday would be Rutgers and Illinois. I'm going to guess it was Illinois.
It was Illinois. It was Mike Riley.
I think the Rutgers game was on the road.
Yeah, it'll be a new change. I'm very interested to see how high schools handle having Friday nights. Oh, you've heard obviously many coaches give their opinions as to, how they're going to deal with it, whether they'll move the game to Saturday in the afternoon,
right?
Whether they'll still keep it Friday. It'll be interesting to see because obviously there's 8-man football. Those games can happen pretty much any point in the week, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. But mainly you see them Thursdays and Fridays. But yes, as we were saying, Columbus and Norfolk this week. We've got college football back in full swing in week 0 for Division II. As UNK, the Lopers, will take on Chadron State out in Chadron, Nebraska.
Another save there for Anthony Miranda. We are officially into the final 10 minutes.
Then, of course,
Northern, Wayne State, Missouri S&T, and that's going to be a fun one.
You're on the call for that game.
I will be there. I'm excited. Good Wayne State team that has improved a lot the last few years, taking on a Missouri S&T team that went 4-7 a year ago, but has a lot of their production returning, and they played some really close games. So that will be a lot of fun on Thursday.
And Friday, Columbus and Norfolk. And then on Saturday, down in southeast Nebraska, we got Doane going up against
football.
Graceland.
Here's a shot off the crossbar. Wow.
I think they're going to say that didn't hit the crossbar of the posts, actually hit the crossbar of the field goal.
No way. I definitely thought I saw that rattle. I would like to get another look at that just to see, but
I agree.
I was not watching the monitor when that happened. All right, we'll take a look here in a moment. Northeast with some speed. Here's a breakaway.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. All the way. Valkema will fake it and put it in. Oh, my goodness. Valkema, his second goal today. That is beautiful.
Great shot fake there. Able to just fake out the keeper, keep his composure, take it around him.
Oh, take a look at this. Whop!
Nice. And that was purely created by him. Able to use his speed, travel right around the defense, puts it home. Really just capping off a dominant day.
13-1. Eight minutes left.
But we talked about it earlier, but the starters for the Hawks went out.
Another chance. And that is saved and then tried to back foot it in. What an effort by Marius Elmos.
I will be interested to see how Northeast uses him as the season goes on because he has had many chances today. He's created many chances for his teammates. I'm just going to be very interested to see how the Hawks use him as the season goes on. When Nice maybe gets a little bit gassed during a game. Looking for another creative player for the Hawks. They seem to have one.
Yeah, you got lots of guys on this team who have proven that they can make some plays.
I'm good. Some guy brought me Gatorade.
Woodall down the flank. Nice stop. And this will be a corner. Brainy Perez with the defense. Trotting over for Northeast to take it is Owen Rutledge. And this goes out. Definitely will be a great start to the season for Northeast. You beat the number 6 team, and then you come back home and lead 13-1. Your starters have played for 60 minutes. You got 30 minutes of break for them, plus some experience for your subs. And take a look at some other guys who you can see start throughout the rest of the season. Or at least get some time a little bit earlier. I mentioned that about the Hawks. They've got a lot of guys who could be playing on plenty of other teams and making great starts. How about this save? Miranda. He's doing well out there, taking over for Shiraka.
Yeah, and I think there's just that kind of speaks to the culture. Coach Potter, oh, what a roulette there. Beautiful move.
He kind of stopped. I think marveled at it for a moment. We're back to business now.
That was Stafford there on that roulette, but again, it just speaks to the culture. No one on this team, just from watching them play, is selfish at all. You know, they're both willing to do what needs to be done in order to see a game out. Again, that's what you need. You need depth. I mean, you never know what's going to happen over the course of a season. And so you don't know who will be available in those very critical games. So getting as much experience as you can.
Look at the effort here from Benavides. He'll take a chance and put it in off the assist. Valkama's got a hat trick. Wow.
It's 2 hat tricks today. Rourke obviously has a 3+1, a hat trick +1 with 4 goals, but Valkama with 3 goals himself.
Rosen has got 3.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about Rosen. Another hat trick for
3 hat tricks.
I mean, just an overall dominant performance for the Hawks.
Stat sheets are filled up today. 14-1. Hawks with the big lead. Cameron Wright has this taken away by Flores. Now over to Valkama. And a little bit of wrestling between the two. .245 to play. Hawks leading by 13 goals. 14-1 is the score. Just a dominant day so far. And what will be another win for the Hawks. Here's Sadaj. Pedro Cidaj will get it up to the center. Back to Valkema. Now to Elmos and back toward the center. Pass goes a little too wide and out of touch. Woodall with it for the Hawks. Home opener for Northeast, I'd say, is pretty successful. And they are leaving it all out there still. Scored 8 goals in the second half, 5 in the first. And they are just feeling it.
1 minute remaining in the match.
Pass over to the side. Just gets past Valkema. Trying to stay on it. And out. 35 seconds left. What a way to start the season. Taking down number 6. And then putting up 14 on South Suburban. Cidaj will come up. On the far side now, Benavides wants to put something in. He gets bumped, and he's down. 7 seconds. And that should do it. Final score from Norfolk, Northeast Hawks. In a big way, 14-1. Victors over South Suburban College. 3 different hat tricks. Lewis Rourke had 4 goals. Len Valkema had 3. Luca Rosen had 3. Plus goals from Elmos, Yoshida, Shaner, and Nice. 14-1, Hawks win it. We've got our top plays and our post-game interview with both coach and our player of the game coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care is showing devotion to and concern towards the health of you and your family. We believe each person that walks through our doors deserves to have a primary care provider they're comfortable with, to be treated like family, and to have their health needs exceeded. Our 20 family medicine providers, located in 10 communities throughout Northeast Nebraska, offer comprehensive health care for all ages. Whether you need a yearly checkup, chronic care management, or you're under the weather, count on us for primary health care you can trust. And if you or your family require a higher level of care, our primary care providers connect you to the area's largest multi-specialty physician group, ensuring a seamless healthcare experience. Choose Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, where we don't just care for you, we care about you.
Elevate your drive with Woodhouse Ford. From driving the city streets to cruising the back roads, Woodhouse Ford has something for every lifestyle. Discover the joy of performance and reliability with Woodhouse Ford, where every mile is a testament to quality craftsmanship. With 3 locations in Omaha, Blair, and Plattsmouth, Woodhouse Ford is ready to help you. Shop our inventory and offers going on now and experience the difference of buying with Woodhouse Ford.
Wrapping things up here today on News Channel Nebraska as the Hawks get the win 14-1 over South Suburban. Caitlin Devin here with you today, and let's take a look at our top plays on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank and Currency. Well, first home game of the season for the Northeast Hawks, taking on the visitors from Illinois, South Suburban College. And we get started right away. Off the bench, Lewis Rourke scores the first goal of the day in the 13th minute. Rourke is a very big player for this team. He had 22 goals a year ago. 13 minutes in, and he's got his first. It wasn't just that. Rourke had another one off the side. Got the pass through and put it in. Gets a brace early in the game. That was in the 22nd minute. More action from Rourke. Penalty kick chose correct while Jacob Shiraka chose the other way. It goes in for the third Northeast Hawk goal. They lead it 3-0. Now here comes Kigo Yoshida. Misses, gets the rebound, and puts some nice twists on the ball. Celebrating and excited, 5-0 Hawks. Had another goal in there from Luca Rosen. Makes it 5-0. Here's a chance for South Suburban off the rebound. Nicholas Espinoza in the 41st minute to send us into the break. 5-1 Hawks over the Bulldogs, but the scoring did not stop there, at least for Northeast. Found lots of success. And here was the deep shot. Rosen put it in, put it up, and Shaner finished it off with a header. Ben Shaner, a Norfolk product, doing it on his home turf. Now Neese made a nice move. Off of the miss, it's Rourke again. Fourth goal for Lewis Rourke today. He was feeling it. 4 goals this season now for Rourke. He didn't get any last week, but he's got his first 4 there. And then how about this one that drops in? Luca Rosen, that is Edward Neese. Edu got it to fall. A little frustrated that he didn't get any earlier today, but he was able to put that one in. Now here's Shaner. Gets it up over the side, the pass over to Rosen, and Rosen gets his third goal to fall. Scored on in the 30th minute, 57th, and 60th minutes. Hawks are all over South Suburban. Cutting through the defense, and that one drops. 10-1. Len Valkema, his first goal. He ended up getting lots of goals, 11-1. And that one falls as well. It was a goal fest for first. And after the speedy Valkema had his first 2, made the keeper fall to poke in his third. Running all the way throughout the length of a pitch to put it in. And final score, 14-1. Northeast takes down South Suburban. Big victory today for the Hawks. They moved to 2-0 on the season. And in just a moment, we'll have our player of the game along with head coach Adam Potter for Northeast. That is coming up next on News Channel Nebraska.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location offers so much care so close to home.
Fields, farms, communities. That's farmers' pride. Our purpose is simple. We help farmers feed the world. We bring value to our communities by investing in what matters to people. Because we are from here, work here, and live here. We believe in cooperatives, locally owned, locally operated, and locally controlled. In the field, on your farm, in your community. That's Farmers Pride.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond is your leader in engineering and designing your new building, additions to facilities, and concrete construction. Their professional projects can be seen across northeast Nebraska. Whether it's a business office, barn, shop, or addition to an existing building, when the project is complete, you'll have a building that meets the needs of your operation. Check out ashoffconstruction.com or call Scott, Kenny, or Luke in Osmond at 402-748-3551.
Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust is honored to be ranked as a national top 20 bank for ag lending by the Independent Community Bankers Association. Elkhorn Valley Bank prides themselves on offering community-focused, experienced lenders with a vast knowledge of agriculture to provide fast and local decisions. Their wide range of products and services are sure to meet the needs of any operation. Elkhorn Valley Bank extends a heartfelt thank you to all their customers for their unwavering loyalty and support.
Back here at Northeast with Northeast and South Suburban. Northeast gets the win 14-1 here in Norfolk, Nebraska. And time to send it on down to head coach Adam Potter with our very own Luke Sterr.
And we're down here at Veterans Memorial Field, joined by winning Northeast head coach Potter. Coach, you can't really say too much other than the score, 14-1 for you guys. You know, what was working out there for your team today, especially coming off a big win against Prairie State? What was working for you guys to keep that momentum going?
Yeah, I think it's the guy you're going to talk to next. Lewis Rourke came out with a chip on his shoulder, came out with a little edge, and he kind of spark-plugged everything up front. I mean, we were kind of lazy to begin with. We were kind of complacent to begin with, but, you know, he kind of sparked everything and was kind of the engine that went for us. And then, obviously, everyone started to buy in the second half when we had 11 guys starting to work together and stop worrying about the external factors and started worrying about the internal stuff. We started to find our own success that way and scoring 6 goals in 15 minutes in the second half.
Yeah, and Coach, obviously, you know, scoring that many goals, it's great. Like I said, not much you could say that went wrong for the team today, but there's always improvement that you could have. What's something that you guys are looking at today's game, trying to take forward?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what I just talked about is we got to start worrying about ourselves and what our standards are and how we need to play and what we need to do, right? I think some of it is just how we defend and how we defend as a unit and not just becoming complacent in our transition and just thinking it's just monotonous and we can walk through the motions no matter who we're playing against, right? Because we have expectations and standards to go and do big things this year. And so I think I'm really proud of, you know, our guys, the response in the second half, but it all starts with Lewis Rourke to being the catalyst to our success today because he had a spark, he had a chip, and he had an edge on his shoulders, and guys fed off that, and he brought it to the energy in the first half.
And Coach, obviously looking ahead for you guys, number 3 ranked team in the country right now. You know, looking ahead, obviously the goals there, but what are some of the steps that you guys are going to have to take as you head into the long travel down to Mississippi for your next game?
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 really tough ranked teams that were at the national tournament, teams that are projected to be in the Final Four in a national tournament final, right? Like a couple teams that are really, really good down there. And so we're really excited to go play those teams. We don't like going and play cupcakes. We want to be battle-tested, battle-ready for when we go into our conference, because we know Region 11 is the best conference in the nation. And so we got to be battle-prepared for all of those games.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us, and congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Perfect. And we'll bring our player of the game over here, Lewis Rourke. Fantastic performance today. Coach talked about it. You kind of came in with that chip on your shoulder, kind of the catalyst for the offense. You know, what was working for you early in that first half, getting those goals for the team?
It's just about hard work. It's like every single training session, coach mentions hard work and coming on, being ready for when you come on. It doesn't matter if you start or on the bench. It's as long as you work hard when you come on. That's what I did. I knew that. Well, I found out last night that I wasn't starting, and I knew straight away that I needed to come onto the pitch and work as hard as I could, and the results came. It's just about being in the right position at the right time, and that's what happened. Just hard work.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, this team, very, you know, powerhouse, you would say, in the country right now, and a lot of them are players that, you know, from different countries around the world. How does a team mesh together? Like, you guys just seem to have a great chemistry out on the field. So how does that happen?
Well, we spend every day, every second with each other. It's like we live in the same dorms together, we train together, we train twice a day sometimes. It's like I said, hard work and being a team together, and we know if we're a team and if we're a family, then the results will come and we'll all work for each other. And that's exactly what's happening. It's like all the boys come over from all different sides of the world. It's like one's from Japan, Belgium, England. There's loads of lads from England, and we never met each other before, but we all say now that we're family. It's like we're so far away from family, and the boys being together and being a family together, it helps a lot, and it's showing on the pitch.
Yeah, and of course, obviously with those high expectations, you guys are taking on some really tough teams. You know, what's going to be the mentality for the team when you hit those hard opponents and you may find yourself in some adversity? What's going to be the big key to making sure that you're able to defeat that?
Like I keep saying, hard work. It's like everybody here knows about the standards that coach brings in training. He knows hard work, hard work, hard work. The more hard work you put in, the better results we're going to get, and the harder it's going to be for oppositions to break us down. Being in the right positions at the right time, and again, family.
Perfect. Well, Lewis, congrats on the win today. 4 goals for you. Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, that was Lewis Rourke, and as well as Coach Adam Potter for Northeast. We'll send it back up to Kaylin one more time before we close things out here from Norfolk.
Thank you, Lewis and Adam, and thank you, Luke, for helping us out there and getting those interviews. Coming great stuff from the Hawks. They'll see if they can continue to push forward and be one of the best teams in the country. Well, thanks for joining us on News Channel Nebraska Day. For all of us here, everyone in the working hard in the truck, all of our cam ops. For Luke, my name is Kalen Devin. Of course, got to give it to Lance as well, running up top. We are so thankful for all you guys for watching today. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday afternoon, and we'll see you next time on NCN.
At Faith Regional Physician Services Family Medicine, our definition of care.
We now join regular programming on News Channel Nebraska. We now join regular programming on News Channel.